One of the most tedious things that I find about picking up a new character is trying to figure out which combos I should be using off of all of their launchers. So this video will be focused on players who are currently playing Hwoarang or who are thinking about picking up Hwoarang, who don't know which combos they should be using in their matches. Now in the description box below, I have all the timestamps and I have all of the launchers categorized together. And if launchers fall within the same category or group, then that means those combos can be used off of all of those launchers that are mentioned in that category. So if you just want to skip to something specific, then go ahead and check out the description box below and you'll be good to go. If you already feel fairly comfortable with Hwoarang, then I do have some wall combos towards the bottom of the description box that you may or may not know about, so feel free to check those out as well. So let's get started. Now before you can do any of these combos, there are some stances that you need to know about that I'm going to briefly mention. So LFF equals left foot forward, which is the stance that you see him in now. RFF equals right foot forward, which is this stance right here. LFS equals left flamingo stance, which is his left leg up basically. And RFS is right flamingo stance, which is his right leg up. So if you see those annotations in the description box, that's what they mean. So for the first category of launchers, that is down forward 2, back 3, right flamingo stance, back 3, and left flamingo stance, up forward 4. These combos can be used off of any of those launchers that I just mentioned. So let's go on to combo number 1. So this combo is best used for flexibility, for wall carry. So within the mid-range area, it's kind of easy to get tangled up in your combo sometimes if you're not using this combo. But this one will help you get that perfect wall splat to lead you to a full wall combo most of the time. Now to do this combo and many of the other combos, there's a skill you need to learn. And this is mandatory if you want to do Hwoarang combos. It's mandatory. And that is you need to be able to dash forward and switch stances into this move right here, which is the right foot forward, forward 3. Right? So you need to learn that skill, and I'll show you where that's applicable in this combo. So right here, see that? That skill is important. So you need to know how to dash into a stance switch into right foot forward, forward 3. So there's two ways you can do this. You can either button bind, which is putting 3+4 onto one of your shoulder buttons, like R2 for example. Now doing this method is a little bit easier to learn at first, but it's a little bit less consistent because every now and then you will get running 4 like that if you go too far. So if you do the button binding method like that, just make sure you manage your distance well. You can't dash too far. And sometimes you might miss because you're not dashing far enough. But you just need to manage your distance properly if you're doing the button binding method, because you might accidentally get the running 4 like that. Now the second method is a button buffering method, which is a little bit harder to learn at first, but it's much more consistent because you can dash full screen if you want to and still switch stances without getting a running move. Something that you cannot do with the button binding method. So the button buffering method, the way that you do this is that you basically hold the last button that you pressed when you're doing a double input next. So to switch stances with Hwoarang, you have to press 3+4, right? That's a double button input. So you hold the last button that you pressed, in this case it would be 4, and then you simply run forward and you press 3 while you're still holding 4. And that will count as a 3+4 input. So in this combo, this is how you use it. It ends right here with right flamingo stance back 4 right here. You hold the 4, and then you press 3 after you run up, while you're still holding the 4. And then you let go and you press forward 3 to do the rest of the combo. So that's the button buffering method in a nutshell. It's a little harder to learn at first, like I said, but it's much more consistent overall, so I recommend learning that method for consistency purposes. Now here's the second combo you can do off of this category of launchers. Now this one I think is a little bit easier than the first one, and it does more damage, and it's still very consistent. The only issue with it sometimes is that it's a little bit harder to be flexible with it when it comes to kind of a mid to short range wall carry scenario. But for every other scenario that isn't that, this is probably the best combo you want to be using. It's not too hard to do, it's very consistent, and it does high damage. So this is the one that I personally use the most in my matches. So for the next category, that would be up 3 plus 4, counter hit right flamingo stance down forward 4, and counter hit sidestep 4. I'll just show you one combo. This is consistent, it's easy, it does high damage, and you can do it off of all of these launchers right here. So alright, so for the next category, counter hit left flamingo stance forward 3. You can pretty much do the same combo off this than the previous ones, but you have to throw in a left flamingo stance jab first to switch stances back into your normal stance. Alright, so for the next category, that would be right flamingo stance forward 4-4, which is that move right here, and right foot forward, forward 4 slide 4, which is this launcher right here. And again, you can use the same combo off of both of these. Okay, now for the next category, that would be right foot forward 3 slide 4, and right foot forward counter hit 4-4. Alright, now for this category I want to show you two different combos. This is for the just frame skyrocket and the regular skyrocket. It works off either one. Now that's probably the most stable combo you want to use for damage purposes. But if you want to add some wall carry into it, here's the combo that I would use for combo number 2. Now this combo is a little bit tricky because it requires you to do 2 deep dashes, and it requires you to stall one move slightly to make it consistent. So I'll show you that right now. So after this, you do 1 deep dash, then you do another deep dash right there. Okay, so after the backlash, you want to deep dash into up 3 like that. And after up 3, you'll jab into another deep dash into your jabs. Now there is a part in this combo where you might want to slightly stall a move as well, just to make the last hit more consistently. So towards the end, you will do 1 2 3 into left flamingo stance 3 forward like that. So it'll look like that. After the jabs, you want to slightly stall the 3 forward. So slightly stall the mid kick. Do it just a little bit slower than you normally would, so that you can make that last hit right there, those last 2 hits, land more consistently. So I'll show you that right now. So stall, right? You stall a little bit right there, and it makes those last hits hit more consistently. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a standard wall bounce combo off of his wall bounce move. So that's pretty much my go-to wall bounce combo. It's very consistent at all ranges. It does good damage, and overall it's just really solid. Alright, now for these wall combos. For the wall combos, I'm going to do various wall carries into the full wall combo so you can see what full combos kind of look like. So here's wall combo number 1. Now that is probably going to be your standard wall combo. That's the combo you're probably going to want to use all the time. That's your staple. It's going to be the most consistent, and it's going to be really high damage. So I recommend using that combo the most. Now sometimes you may get a wall splat where you're a little bit too close and you don't have quite enough time to switch stances and do that wall combo. So in that instance, here's another decent wall combo you can do. And yes, the back 3 at the end is guaranteed, by the way. Now, for wall combo number 3, this is if you're feeling really comfortable in your execution and you want to get max damage and you want to get some style points on top of that. This is the combo for you. Now this combo is a little bit tricky because you have to land a sidestep 3-3 when your opponent is on a low wall splat. Now you probably shouldn't be attempting this until you're already pretty comfortable with Hwoarang as it is, but there are other videos that could probably explain this better than I can, so just go on YouTube and search Hwoarang sidestep 3-3 wall combo and you'll probably find it. Alright, now let's have a little bit of fun with rage, right? Now again, all these combos, no matter how crazy they look, they're all viable in real matches. These are all consistent, they're all high damage, and you can use them if you practice enough. So here are a few cool rage combos with Hwoarang. Alright, so here's the final staple combo for Hwoarang. So again, this one is a little bit weird. It requires you to land the rage drive at a low wall splat, which is essentially the point at which your opponent is kind of sitting on the ground, but still has their back against the wall. It's like a really specific timing intensive point. Right there. If you do it, then this part is guaranteed right afterwards. But these combos that require that kind of low wall splat are pretty timing sensitive, and again, I wouldn't really worry about learning this stuff until you've already become comfortable with the rest of Hwoarang's combos as it is. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button below. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.